Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Forward Line. I am back this week with all things Sewing Bee, and we are on week 9. Now I'm sorry last week I said we had 3 more episodes to go. This is the semi-finals last night. Everything is getting a little bit tense. I have got Patrick and Esme with me too, and I forgot them last week. I felt like last week I was all over the place, so apologies. Yeah, Patrick and Esme are back here to give me spiritual advice. And yeah, I'm going to get started. So 1920s week, at which I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be quite hard as a pattern hunter. And it was quite hard, but I really enjoyed the challenges. Did anyone else? Rachel and I were saying before we went to bed at like midnight last night, it felt like the old days of the Sewing Bee in last night's episodes. The challenges, it was just, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And what they had to make technically was really difficult, but it didn't feel like super stressful to watch. Anyway, I thought it was a fantastic episode. Let me get into it. So first challenge was a pair of +4s. Now, these were, I thought, really difficult. I think they had 4 or 5 hours to make them, but they had a zip fly, pockets, pleats at the front, gathering into the cuff at the bottom, and then this little tab as well to sort of tighten it. There was a lot to do, and it was yeah, I felt like their sort of stress. I had a good look. Now quite a lot of these are vintage, today's ones, sort of vintage patterns that have been like reproduced. Quite a lot of them are on Etsy. So a pair of 1920s ones, and I'll pop links to everything down below. They're from a company called Eva Dress, and they're just called 1920s golfing knickers. Digital pattern. There's a picture of them actually made up. I can't 100% see whether they've got the little tabs. I think they do, but it is quite hard to tell. I've never used any of these sort of vintage reimagined patterns off Etsy, so I can't like vouch for how good they are and what you actually get. But you know, it's you'll just have to kind of, I guess, wing it and see. But those were the kind of closest +4s I could find if you were interested in making those, or you had a costume that you needed to make. First up, I'm going to talk spoilers this week, so if you haven't watched it, please don't carry on, because I'm going to say who won things. So first challenge, ORLA won it. It was all quite close this week, so this is why I wanted to sort of talk about who won what at each stage. So she won that. Then we went on to the upcycling challenge. They had polo shirts, which were invented in the 1920s. They were allowed 5 of those, and they had to make a colour blocked outfit. I thought they all did really well. I don't know why this week I felt like that challenge, they were sort of slower to get going, and then it all felt a little bit stressful at the end. But what they produced was really interesting. I thought Kit, I will say, played a very clever card, because they made an outfit inspired by Esme's, I can't remember what it's called, that her iconic dress. So I thought that was a clever move, because she obviously loved it. So Kit then won the second challenge. Then we went into the made to measure, and they had to make a 1920s outfit, but for this was kind of keeping, but quite a specific occasion. So they had to kind of have a, they all had a sort of character that was doing something or going something, and they had to make the outfit for them. I thought it was a really tricky challenge. 1920s stuff, usually made in something drapey, loose fitting, but not too loose. It's just, it's a tricky challenge. So let's get stuck in. So we start with Kaz. She made this really beautiful kind of slip dress. It had this lovely kind of curved seam at the middle of the dress, kind of dropped waist, and then it was shorter at the front and then longer at the back, the sort of train, and then it had this little, kind of sweet little like waistcoat over the top. This one we were very lucky because it popped up, so I know this one is right. Again, all of these I'm going to talk about are vintage Etsy patterns, so I can't vouch for how good any of them are, but I think lots of people seem to buy them, so maybe they are, and I don't know how they come, but you know, you guys can look into it. I've links to everything below. So past patterns 4988. So this one we know is absolutely bang on. The shape of it was totally perfect. So we're really pleased with that one for Kaz. And I think the main issue that she had was that the fit wasn't quite right, as it was slightly too tight around her hips. So it didn't have that kind of flow. But other than that, I think, you know, it was really, she managed all the fabric really well. Then we had Orla, and when she told us what she was doing, did anyone else feel wildly stressed? I was quite stressed at what she was doing. She was using chiffon, and it was like, it was quite an elaborate dress. It had a handkerchief hem. It was just, and then it had this like really beautiful kind of gathered detail at the back. It was lovely. So patterns for this, from the front, this pattern is perfect, but because it's a vintage pattern, they don't actually show you what is going on at the back. So and Orla's was all, it had this kind of beautiful kind of gathered bit at the back. So I'm not 100% sure if this is right. If anyone has suggestions, let me know. But from the front, it was pretty close. And again, it's an Etsy one, My Vintage Wish, and it's the flapper frock. It had the dropped waist, the same sort of neckline, and then that handkerchief hem style dress. I had a real look around. I just couldn't find anything, but this maybe does have that detail on the back. They just, you know, these older patterns do come with less sort of detail, kind of less, you just kind of don't know what you're getting. So that was really, I think that was quite a good one. So next up we have Yasmin. She made this beautiful sailor's outfit with a little hat. I thought it was perfect. And when she started making it, she was like, I'm making this in a cotton twill. And I was like, Yasmin, you have nailed it. You have avoided the chiffon and the scary stuff to sew. You've sewn something that's really nice and stable. And what she made was so beautiful, a sort of little sailor's collar dress. The skirt was kind of pleated. It was beautiful. Also, just the detail on it, she had blue, it was blue and white, but the colours that she used, it was kind of a cornflower blue. It was just really lovely. So pattern wise, I don't think this is perfect. I would love to hear thoughts on this one. It's another Etsy one. It's called Mrs. Japu, and it's a 2-piece midi sailor dress. It's got loads of the details. The skirt isn't quite the same. And then the waistband wasn't quite right. It's definitely got the same feel, that sort of, especially around the top of the dress, but it wasn't perfect. So I would be fascinated if anyone has got any better suggestions. And then last but not least is Kit made this dress, and it was self-drafted. So we then thought, right, we've just got to find something that has a similar feel. So it was kind of round neckline, had this overlay of beaded and sequins, and then it had this kind of V at the bottom with like layers and layers of chiffon, kind of tiers of them. Really tricky to make. And yeah, so this dress, the Folkwear 246 Monte Carlo dress, I felt was quite similar. You'd obviously need to add tiers into the kind of bottom bit, but if you were looking to try and kind of start creating that, it felt kind of like similar. So that is all the patterns for this week. What did everyone think? So I was quite surprised that that Kit went this week. I was expecting it to be Kaz. I love Kaz, actually. She's been one of my favourites the whole way through, but I did think, because Kit had won, I'm really sorry if you can hear some loud, obviously as soon as I started doing this, someone is outside with a leaf blower or something. Yeah, I did think that it wasn't going to, I did think Kaz was going to go. I was quite surprised at the end, especially because Kit had won the middle challenge. But I guess that's what they decided. But yeah, I was surprised at the end. I was sort of there looking for patterns, waiting for them to say Kaz. But yeah, I just feel really sorry. I just feel really sorry for, especially the semi-finals, the person who doesn't get in. I just feel like they're so close, and it would be so lovely to get into the finals. I was really sad to see Kit go. But yes, I will be back next week with the last one. So this is very exciting. The made to measures look really great from the little like preview we got next week. So yeah, I'll be back with the last one in the series. I can't believe we're finally at the finishing line. It's felt very funny having it over the summer this year. Yeah, it hasn't felt quite the same, but I don't know, who knows what they're going to do next year. Right, I will be back soon. See you next week. Have a good day. Bye.